chair, press play. We're going for a ride. It's Inference Dive, where your world comes alive. Study well, student life, laugh and learn side by side. It's Inference Dive.
Hello, and welcome back to the Inference Podcast. I'm Neha, and as always, I'm joined by the person who still thinks pretending to be confident in an interview is the same as actually being confident.
Hey, I'm Arjun. I genuinely thought I had this figured out until my brain started translating mid sentence and I accidentally swapped my words in an interview. I meant to say I lead projects, and what came out was I need projects.
We are your guides to student life abroad, the real version, not the brochure.
And today, we're getting real about the professional side of being an international student, the job hunts, the awkward networking, and that whole art of faking confidence until it actually becomes real.
Exactly. Because what no one tells you is that the rules are changing fast, and if you're graduating soon, you need to know this now.
So, let's start with the big one. The UK has confirmed the graduate route visa is going from 2 years to 18 months for applications from January 2027 onwards.
If you apply before 31 December 2026, you still get the full 2 years. After that, it's 18 months to find skilled work and switch to a skilled worker visa.
That's a 25% cut. And it's not about when you graduate, it's about when you apply.
Which means students starting in 2026 are already in that zone. PhDs still get 3 years, but for most students, the pressure is on from day one.
And remember, this is the only post-study visa that doesn't require sponsorship. Losing 6 months of flexibility is huge.
So don't wait. Target employers with sponsor licenses early and understand things like the £33,400 new entrant threshold. Let's make this practical. The job hunt doesn't start in final year. It starts when you can answer one question: what proof do I have that I can do the job?
And that proof is not just grades. It's projects, internships, part-time work, and how you describe them.
A recruiter is scanning for relevance. If the role wants data, communication, or tools like Excel, that should show up immediately.
Your CV is not a biography. It's evidence, it's selling yourself to the employer.
It should answer 3 things quickly. What did you do? What did you improve? And how did you do it?
So not just, I worked on a project, but instead be specific. Something like, I built a booking system for company X using programming languages A and B, reducing admin time, handling validation, and database design. Think of it this way. Could you say your sentence for any company? If yes, you aren't specific enough. It should be something very niche and detail-oriented.
That's the difference between being ignored and getting shortlisted.
Quick shout out to Sarah, one of our Inference community members who shared her job hunt story with us.
Master's student, strong profile, but applying to 60 jobs with the same CV.
Which is not a strategy.
Her CV was vague. She had basically written that she was responsible for communication and was a strong team player. Nothing concrete.
So, she changed one thing. She rebuilt her CV for one job.
Matched the job description, added action and keywords, added numbers and real stats.
So instead of saying she helped with social media, she reworded it to something like scheduled 20 plus posts monthly using Canva and Meta Business Suite, improving consistency.
She fixed her LinkedIn too. Not flashy, just clear and searchable.
Then she applied smarter. Targeted companies with sponsor history, fewer applications, more effort, more customization, and crafting personalized follow-up emails to hiring managers.
Result? Fewer applications, more responses, first interview.
The lesson is simple. Most people don't need better skills. They need better packaging, meaning you should be able to sell yourself in a concise and strategic manner.
Also, use your university career service properly. Ask what's weak, not what's nice. Be critical, and there's never a limit to feedback and suggestions you can receive from counselors and even your friends or peers. So, a quick checklist.
Make a master CV and tailored versions for specific jobs you apply for.
Make every bullet concrete. Tools, actions, results.
Keep LinkedIn clear. Headline, photo, experience, short summary.
Write cover letters proving fit, not asking for a chance.
If you're international, don't apply blindly. Check sponsorship patterns,
And get interview ready early.
which is actually a perfect place to slow down because getting the interview is only half the job hunt. The other half is what happens once you're actually in the room.
Agreed. So let's talk about the interview stage properly because this is where a lot of strong candidates lose the offer.
First rule, structure your answers. Use something like the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. It sounds simple, but under pressure, people forget it completely.
Right. So instead of rambling through a story, you set the scene quickly, explain what you needed to do, walk through the action you personally took, and then close with the outcome, ideally with a number attached.
And that last part matters. Recruiters remember numbers. Improved something by 20%, saved 10 hours a week, onboarded 50 new users. Numbers stick, adjectives don't.
Second rule, research the company properly. Not just the about page, look at their recent news, their product, maybe even their competitors. One specific, well informed question at the end of an interview does more for you than five generic ones.
Third rule, and this one is very international student specific. If sponsorship comes up, be upfront and confident about your visa status. Don't apologize for it, just state it clearly and move on. Employers who sponsor already expect the question.
Fourth rule, practice out loud, not just in your head. There's a real difference between knowing an answer and actually saying it smoothly.
Which brings us to another community story. This time from Karan, a postgraduate student who reached out after a networking event we hosted.
Karan had been rejected from 4 first round interviews in a row, and he genuinely couldn't figure out why, because on paper, his experience was solid.
So he recorded himself answering common questions on his phone and watched them back. Turns out he was underselling every answer, ending sentences with things like, I think, or it was okay, I guess.
Small habit, big impact. Confidence isn't just what you say, it's how certain you sound saying it.
He fixed that in about 2 weeks of practice, tightened his answers, cut the filler words, and got an offer on his fifth interview.
Which is proof that this is a completely learnable skill. Nobody is born interview ready.
Let's also talk tools for a second, because a lot of students are still tracking applications in their head, which is a nightmare.
Keep it simple. A spreadsheet with company, role, date applied, status, and follow up date is honestly enough. The goal is just visibility, so nothing falls through the cracks.
And for research, LinkedIn and Glassdoor are both useful for understanding company culture and even past interview questions other candidates have faced.
One more thing before we move on: follow up emails. If you haven't heard back in about 2 weeks, a short, polite follow up is completely normal. It's not desperate, it's professional.
Keep it to 3 lines. Reference the role, restate your interest, and ask politely for an update. Quick fire round before we move on, because these come up in almost every community question thread we get.
Okay, go.
Should you negotiate salary as an international student?
Yes, gently. Ask about the range before you commit to a number, and if you do get an offer, it's completely fine to ask for a day or two to consider it properly.
Should you list every part-time job on your CV?
Only if it's relevant or shows a transferable skill. A one-line summary role is fine if it demonstrates reliability, customer service, or time management alongside your studies.
What if you get rejected after a final round interview?
Ask for feedback. Most companies won't give detailed notes, but even one line can help you spot a pattern across applications.
And the one everyone asks, how many applications is normal?
There's no magic number, but quality beats quantity every time. 10 tailored applications will usually beat 50 generic ones.
Good round. Let's take that break now.
Alright, quick break from career stress.
Thank God, let's talk about the one thing that kept all English fans up last night.
Gosh, we have to talk about it. Don't want to hit anyone's pain points, but final score Argentina 2, England 1.
Painful, but fair.
Very fair. And I'm saying that as someone who wanted England to win, screaming, it's coming home till the 85th minute.
Well, Messi just doing messy things. I love that guy.
To be fair, he controlled the tempo well. England had energy, but Argentina had control, especially after England's goal.
England pressed high early, which worked for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, but they couldn't sustain it. Midfield gaps started showing, and Argentina just slowed the game down and, most importantly, didn't panic.
Yup, Argentina's equalizer was solid. As you said, patient and no panic. A good pass and a solid finish outside the box by Enzo.
But defensively, they looked a bit exposed on counters.
Agreed. England had a few moments but weren't able to capitalize. Also, big game experience showed.
I hate that you're right.
It's okay. You'll recover.
I will not. I genuinely need a bank holiday for the recovery.
Anyways, back to reality. Today's theme is simple. Don't just apply more, apply smarter.
Make your CV specific, your LinkedIn clear, your applications targeted, and your interview answers structured and confident.
And if you're an international student, understand the system you're in. Know the visa timelines, know the sponsorship landscape, and plan around them early.
Know the rules, use the tools, and stop sending generic applications into the void.
We'll leave you with this. Confidence comes after you start, not before.
Progress first, perfection later. Also, remember, we are a community. We would love to celebrate or share your stories, shout out requests, or even struggles we can recover together. That reminds me, before we wrap up, we want to take a moment for a couple of community shout outs, because this is what Inference is really about.
First, a big welcome to all the students joining the September intake this year. Gurbani, Samyukta, Jasmine, Arjun, just to name a few. We know a lot of you are still back home right now, getting ready for a huge transition.
It's an exciting phase, but also a slightly overwhelming one. So take this as your reminder to stay prepared, stay curious, and take things one step at a time.
Yup, we're genuinely rooting for all of you, wishing you the very best as you begin your journey.
Also, a very special shout out to Ananya from our Inference community, who just completed her first year in UCL on track for a first class with distinction.
That's very impressive. Huge congratulations, Ananya. We're really proud of you.
This is just the beginning, and we hope to see you flourish over the next few years.
And one more thing for everyone listening. We've got a webinar coming up this Saturday.
Oh, yes, one of our Inference mentors, Mehak, will be speaking about navigating campus life at UT Austin and McCombs.
If you're heading to the US, or even just curious about what campus life is actually like, this is definitely one you don't want to miss.
Keep an eye out on the Inference events page for more of such exciting webinars.
That's all for today. Thanks for joining us for this episode. We hope to hear from you. What is your job hunt story like? Share it in the comments or shoot us an email at podcast@inference.com.
Indeed, stay safe, and we hope to see you next time.